Last Thursday, August 14th, was the feast day of Saint Maximillian Kolbe. If you haven't heard of this saint's story, be ready to be inspired by the heroic selflessness, love of neighbor, and courage in the face of death he showed. Saint Maximilian Kolbe became a priest in Poland during World War II when he was 20 years old. At 23, he formed an organization in response to anti-Catholic sentiments during the war by focusing on conversion of sinners, heretics, and schismatics under the guidance of the Blessed Virgin Mary. 5 years later, he published a monthly magazine reaching over 1 million households each month. The publication gave people hope during the horrific time of war. He also led a group that provided refuge to thousands of Poles, including 2,000 Jews, whom they protected from concentration camps. This caught the attention of the German Gestapo, though, who arrested Father Kolbe and 4 of his friars. Although enduring harsh treatment from some of the guards, Father Kolbe responded with charity. He also heard confessions of fellow inmates, pointed them to Jesus, and prayed with them. He was then transferred to Auschwitz concentration camp, where prisoners were beaten nearly to death, yet still forced to work. At one such time, he was taken to the infirmary, and the doctor later testified that he had never seen such an example of God's love for one's neighbor. One day after a man had escaped Auschwitz, 10 men were selected to die by starvation as a deterrent to anyone else who thought of escaping. One of the 10 cried out that he had a wife and children. Father Kolbe then asked permission to take the man's place, which was granted. He survived for 2 weeks, and rather than wait for his death, the guards gave him a lethal injection, which Father Kolbe willingly accepted, showing no fear of death. Jesus says that there is no greater love than to die for our friends. To Saint Maximilian Kolbe, a stranger was a friend. His selflessness, love for neighbor, and courage in the face of death can be either a challenge or an inspiration for us. May we be ready, if called upon, to die for a friend. Saint Maximilian Kolbe, pray for us.